Hi everybody! Welcome back to Two Awkward Pale People Reviews of Scary Movies. I'm Darren, this is Nicole.
Hi.
This week, we got a new one. It's the 2017 version of Stephen King's It.
Yay!
Yes.
Alright, so in case you haven't seen It or the original, this is
A lot of who's on first-esque conversations can happen with this movie.
Synopsis is, a group of bullied kids band together when a shape-shifting demon, taking the appearance of a clown, begins hunting children.
Yeah. So, first off, we watched this movie, and we also watched part 1 of the 1990 miniseries. So we'll be covering both of those in this review. So, yeah, here we go.
All right. So, first things first.
Yes.
The formatting, I guess, or the
pacing, the story pacing and structure. There we go.
structure. That's
Yes.
the word I wanted.
There we
The
go.
structure is very different.
He is solely focused on them as children, while the miniseries like kind of
Jumps
darts back and forth, which I preferred how the movie did it.
I agree.
Yeah, there was a lot of time to establish the characters and lets us get to know them and care about them more.
Yeah. You're definitely much more invested in the kids. So you get to know the characters a lot better. It goes, it obviously takes so much more time. The new movie is good sized movie.
Yeah, it's over 2 hours.
Yeah, so you had to spend a lot of time with the kids and figuring out who they are and what their fears are and why they're doing things they're doing. Which
I much preferred because the miniseries, since it darts back and forth and you only watched half of it, you do not spend a lot of time with the kids. So yeah.
So you just get a lot more detail this way, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
You see a lot of similar imagery in the movies, which is nice. You can tell that the original was definitely an influence. Without necessarily, going shot by shot, trying to make it look the same.
Right.
It definitely had its own feel.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that were the same, but different.
But there was definitely a reminiscence.
Like the opening scene with the sailboat, and the bathroom scene later, which which in the miniseries is vaguely minorly gory. There's a little bit of blood, but I think that just because it was a TV thing and not a movie thing, but the movie is so much gorier, which I actually preferred, and I like the effects in that better.
Yeah, everything was just a touch more, just a touch gorier, a touch creepier. Everything was just a touch more extreme. Yeah. Which was nice. I liked it a lot.
And there's a lot more creative freedom, and I think even though neither of us have read the book, I'm sure that it gave them a lot more creative freedom to take stuff from the book and not have to water it down. Yeah, the kids are straight up potty mouths. It's great.
Yeah. And all really great actors. I was very surprised with all the kids.
The acting is super.
Is great. The chances of getting 7 children actors and having them all be amazing is really slim. Yeah,
the casting did a fantastic job.
Very good job.
Yeah.
All right. So the big question that everyone's waiting for, of course.
Yeah. How's the new Pennywise?
Is Pennywise.
So what do you think?
So I'm gonna start off with saying that I really, really don't enjoy clowns. So.
Which you've told me a lot.
Yeah. So going into a movie that the main antagonist is a clown, I was a little worried.
A little wary.
But I really, really, really enjoyed what Bill Skarsgård did with Pennywise. He took it in a different direction. I think between the character choices as well as some of the thematic choices that they were making in the movie as a whole. But it was much creepier and darker.
Yes.
He felt much more like a demonic being
Mm-hmm.
than he did as a clown, which I appreciated.
Yeah, I like the old. I like his costume. How it was like kind of old and I like
more old-fashioned.
yeah. I like how he was made up too, with the lines on his face. And I thought since the new Pennywise is a lot like thinner than Tim Curry was. No offense, Tim. But he's more like svelte, and it kind of made him more like limber and physical, and like which only added to the creepiness. So and yeah, like you said, Tim Curry basically just looked like a dude in a clown suit,
Yeah.
and not like a demon. You know, I mean they had the teeth thing, but I mean that was only for a second or two. But yeah, I do like how Skarsgård was more of a showman, and like messing with these kids, and Tim Curry's performance was kind of like mean. He just like kind of mean, like yeah. But I mean, and I mean, I guess I will say this. Come at me if you want, but I do like Skarsgård better than Tim Curry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're gonna make it, rash decision.
I mean, if I had to choose.
I agree though. I really like this interpretation. I think the whole movie went with a little bit of a different feel.
Yeah, the atmosphere of the movie and the color palette of the movie was it was good.
Yeah. And so I think just in that whole different direction, I think was much more interesting, and intricate. There's so many little things to pay attention to.
Yeah. I like the use of music in this movie a lot better than the miniseries.
Yeah.
I mean, I think in the miniseries there was like some score that didn't need to be there in some moments. But I do think the new one was scored perfectly, and there was like little snippets of like popular songs in it. And I mean it helps. It helps with the nostalgic feeling of it all. Especially if you're a '90s kid,
Definitely.
Yeah, if you've been watching the video, you can probably see where this is going.
But
yeah, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Go see this movie.
Definitely go see
I recommend it, unless you're a person that doesn't like being unsettled, which is fine.
Yeah.
But then why are you watching this if you aren't? So yeah, I mean, I also would recommend the miniseries, even though it's a lot different. But I mean, at least the first part, because we only watched the first part.
Yeah.
But I would recommend it. It's loads better than the other Stephen King movies that we've covered.
Yeah. But
yeah.
I don't know that I would go as far as to recommend the miniseries. I will definitely recommend the movie though.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, and now we're definitely getting a part 2 because if you haven't read, it is the highest grossing horror movie opening weekend ever now. Yeah. So it's definitely getting a part 2, and I'm very excited for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That'll be awesome.
Oh yeah.
So excited. Alright. Well, do all the things down here, the likes and the comments and all of that. Let us know what you think, and
let us know. Like I said, come at me if I'm wrong about Tim Curry. Tell me why I'm wrong. Like I want to know. Like yes.
Yeah. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah.